The Knicks postgame show is presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. All Knicks, all night tonight in the nation's capital. OG Anunoby had 19. Knicks led wire to wire, led it by 27 at the half. Cat tonight, 19 and 14. Mikal Bridges had 23, a game-high 23, an efficient 8 of 10 shooting. And the Knicks have now won a season-high 7 in a row as they blow out the Wizards 132 to 101. Great to have you with us here from our Delta MSG studios. Bill Pidto along with Alan Hahn and Wally Szczerbiak. So up next, Denver tomorrow night, then at Detroit Friday, then Boston on Sunday. This is exactly what the Knicks needed. Yes?
Yeah, no, 100% is what we were talking about in the pregame, right? Is you take care of business, which is, the Knicks do that. They're now 19-5 against teams with a losing record. They take care of business, and most importantly, you keep your starters in controlled minutes with a long break in the fourth quarter, and now, of course, you play a gamut the next 3 games against really good teams.
Yeah, that was great to just get this game over with pretty much at halftime. 27-point lead at the half. You continue to extend in the third quarter. Defense was clicking in all possible ways. Mikal Bridges 8 for 10 again, leading all Knicks scorers. It was very efficient, you know, getting his shot calibrated, getting his shot right, and that's the way you take care of business if you're a great team and you get ready for a battle, a big-time one tomorrow night.
And one thing you want to just find out about is Josh Hart and how he's doing.
Absolutely,
he did limp off the court.
Absolutely, and Diawara.
Yeah, obviously Josh Hart being a starter is one of those guys that in these next 3 games you need a guy like him. He's been playing so well.
Hart, before he got hurt, played 21 minutes and 48 seconds. Meantime, Jalen Brunson, he had an excellent game tonight with 21 points. He is tonight's thrilling moment. Alan, brought to you by FanDuel Casino. Get your thrill on as Brunson from the floor tonight was 7 for 16.
Wally wants to talk about his defense.
Yeah.
He had a couple of steals, took some charges.
Defensive player of the game. Let's go.
We're going to find out. But, yes, and Jalen Brunson just in his bag when he needed to be. But Wally just felt like, as he knew, he didn't have to force anything. Just went about his game and didn't shoot well from 3.
Yeah.
But, again, knew that he didn't have to push it tonight.
Yeah, got to 21 points. Moving the ball, doing a really good job of that. I love the 2 charges and the 2 steals. Get him a defensive player of the game.
Get the hard hat, get the Timbs on.
That's where my vote goes. But, this was a good game for this Knicks team. You got to put away young teams, bad teams early, get a lead on them early. They'll quit. They'll let go of the rope. That's exactly what the Wizards did. And now the Knicks got a lot of rest in that fourth quarter, and they can gear up for a pretty rested team, other than a couple banged-up ankles, to play the Nuggets.
All right, how about some other players who stood out tonight? Karl-Anthony Towns, excellent. 19 points, 14 rebounds. This is a little more than he scored in recent games, but the rebounding consistency has been there every single game, even, Alan, when he hasn't been scoring.
I was slipping in the pregame. This is on me, because we should have talked about this in the pregame. Karl-Anthony Towns owns the Wizards. His career average against them is 30 a game, and we've seen him go up against Sarr, and he has sunned that kid. I mean, he takes it to him to a point where we've seen him dunk on him several times, and I'm sure here at some point we're going to see it again, because when he sees Alex Sarr, he feels like he can get whatever he wants anytime he wants. And this was, I think, a good game. Can a game like this get Towns kind of loose, right, Wally? Because he can feel good about himself offensively.
Well, he's got a big battle coming up tomorrow night against Jokic. In my opinion, the best player in the world. Coming to town for his one trip to the world's most famous arena. There it is. And here's the stare down. That was for you, Alan Hahn. You should have talked about me in the pregame.
That's my bad. That's my bad.
Poor Alex Sarr. I mean, for all you people that think draft picks and lottery picks are a good thing, all you got to do is check out the Washington Wizards.
It's got to be a good draft year.
I mean, this team.
Yeah.
I mean,
by the way, the Hawks had the #1 pick that year, and Sarr didn't want to play for the Hawks. So that's why they took
Richeche. Is Richeche better than Sarr? Maybe a little.
Sarr's had a better year. Sarr's
better than Richeche.
Yeah, but it's again, if it's not a great draft year, winning the lottery is not really as important as it is in years like this past year when you had Cooper Flagg available.
Next year is going to be epic.
It's the currency of hope.
Currency of hope.
Next year is an epic draft.
Yeah, you've been saying that.
Yeah, and the Wizards, by the way, are not playing Trae Young because they don't want the Knicks to potentially get that draft pick,
so the Knicks own their pick this year, but it's top 8 protected in the lottery. So the Wizards want to make sure that wherever they land,
they don't drop out of the top 8.
Drawing, they don't want to drop out of the top 8.
But they could
fall.
But they could.
You could fall, but you got to be careful. So that's something why the Wizards
that is
are being
the
very
worst.
Careful.
Like, how is that still allowed? All that does is promote tanking. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, if you have...
Think about it.
We saw Dallas do it a couple of years ago.
You have to make sure you don't lose that draft pick.
You can't
It's an epic draft.
Yes.
The top 8 picks this year are going to be
Remember, Dallas,
game changers.
Dallas did it a couple of years ago, and the league fined them, what, $750,000?
You have to stop those trades where you got protected picks and stuff like that. It's just... I mean, it's so easy. Like, you're incentivizing teams to lose, like the Wizards. Like,
it's being talked about.
Do you want competition, or do you want Alan Hahn, courage to your hope, make sure you get the draft picks like the Giants and the Jets? No, you don't want that. You want competition.
All right.
I agree. But we don't need to bring the Jets and Giants.
Moving right along. How about Mikal Bridges tonight, guys? Wally, 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
23 points. That was a game-high total. I tell you, when he is on his game, he is incredibly efficient.
No, he wanted to get his jump shot calibrated. He did. He had that big game a couple games ago against Toronto where he was outstanding. Blew up for 30. And then tonight, you know, he came out, got going early. Doesn't force, only 10 shots. Led the team in scoring, making 8 of those 10. You know, when the ball moves and he gets opportunities and he takes advantage with those open looks. And he was comfortable down here, got off to a great start, and that's a really good sign. This whole team is really clicking. Him complimenting OG Anunoby, Allen, on those wings. Those two are wing stop and wing drop. They're dropping threes.
I like that. Actually, that's pretty good. And
we like that wing drop. That's a new one.
Yeah, that's a very good one, too.
Wing drop the threes.
I would throw Josh Hart into the wing stop group now because of what he's been able to do defensively and knocking down the three-point shot as well. But, yeah, this, again, was an efficient game for Bridges. He didn't really have one quarter where he dominated, like that game in Toronto. He had that huge 20-point third quarter, but that was that was a tight game that they broke open. This was one of those. They were up 23-9 to start the game. What they wanted to do was just keep the Wizards at an arm's length the entire way, and so efficient offense was important, and that's kind of the key to Mikal Bridges' success.
All right, guys, so the winning streak, as I mentioned, is 7 in a row, best Knicks run of the year, and over these 7 games, Wally, OG Anunoby's averaging 19 a game, and he scored 19 again tonight. His offense has definitely been on the uptick. Maybe less scoring of late from Towns and Brunson, but Anunoby kind of made up for it.
Yeah, and the efficiency is doing it with over 50% from the field, up around 50% from 3, too. Just every night, locked in offensively. And that's, you know, Brunson's going to read how his teammates are playing. That was a 4-point play. It seems like the Knicks get a 4-point play every game. Brunson's the one. Sometimes Anunoby got it here. Shamet sometimes. The ball movement's been great, and that's what, you know, Brunson's starting in the All-Star game, so he's a pure point guard, and he's trying to see, guys, do you have it going tonight? And if they don't have it going, then he's going to start looking for his and try to go for 30 or 40. But
there's another dunk.
There you go. The dunko-meter.
Keep adding to the dunko-meter.
Keeps going
Top
up.
10 in the league.
That's right. And here's them running the floor. He does a good job of that. So, you know, Anunoby's in a great rhythm. Mikal Bridges is in a great rhythm. And I think Mike Brown did a good job when that schedule was tough after the NBA Cup of just making sure that the guys weren't burnt out. You know, the Knicks did lose some games, but Knicks are very fresh, it looks like, at a tough part in the season, these dog days leading into the All-Star break, and that's a really good sign.
We're at the 50-game mark.
I know.
Wow. Knicks are 32
and they're
18.
playing at this high of a level. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
And here's what's ahead before the All-Star break. While you touched on it, we got Denver here tomorrow night, then at Detroit and at Boston. So 3 very challenging games in a row, and then Indiana, and then the last game before the All-Star break at Philly. So
the Sixers always get the Knicks on the second game of back-to-back, it feels like, this whole season.
So this is going to be an interesting stretch here before the All-Star break.
Yeah, very important stretch. 2 back-to-backs coming up. But I just like how the Knicks are getting contributions from so many different people. It's not like you have to grind out wins with your starting 5 doing it like last year every single game. Like, you can win games with your bench. You can win games with your wings. You can win games with Jalen and Kat when they need to step up and get it done. So the Knicks are just so much tougher to prepare for, and you know, I like the way this team's playing right now.
And what you're waiting for as Thursday's trade deadline is to see if there's going to be any moves that, you know, bring something to the roster that they're missing. Add something more to make this team even better. That's usually, I mean, that's the first priority of any front office, is what kind of a move can you make that can advance the cause, and that's what we'll see by Thursday.
Who knows what this means for Gershon Yabusele, but he didn't play at all tonight, so we'll see.
Something to keep an eye on.
All right, Mike Brown's post-game comments coming up, and the guys from the Wally Wall, a wire-to-wire domination for the Knicks as they beat the Wizards tonight by 31.
The Knicks postgame show is presented by Audi. Visit your tri-state Audi dealer today.
Welcome back. So it's 7 straight wins for the Knicks. Best run they've had all season. They blow out the Wizards. More now from the Wally Wall with Alan and Wally, guys.
Thank you, Bill. Normally when we do a post-game show, we always try to find the run in the game that was the game right there, right? Well, the run was 23-9. That was the start of the game. That's literally the score to start the game. That's really what it was. And it was a lot of three-point shooting by the Knicks, including, of course, red-hot OG Anunoby.
Yeah, this is a nice action, nice play. Just Knicks cutting hard, making each other better. Just awesome stuff. Brunson, look at Brunson getting in there, setting the screen. Then Towns sets another good screen. And there comes Mikal Bridges off that screen, comes flying off. Really good job. Brunson gets a little hedge there. And now this defender has to look to help if Bridges is driving the lane. So once Bridges sees that, he swings it cross court. OG Anunoby in rhythm, nothing but net. Well diagrammed play, all because of the tightness that they ran that first action with the double screens.
Knicks were 7 of 13 from 3 in the first quarter. I mean, that's how you get it started. Yep. OG 3 of 4 from downtown in the first quarter. Threes kept going. Ball movement, of course, was allowing that for the Knicks in that second quarter. Here's Tyler Kolek.
Yeah, and the Wizards just went into mercy defense. They wanted to try a zone to see if maybe it would throw off the Knicks because the Knicks were scoring however they wanted. Keep an eye on Shamet here, finding the sweet spot in the zone. He's going to get it out to Tyler Kolek when the whole entire defense converges. When you get the ball down to the baseline, that flattens the defense. Everyone comes down, kicks it out to Tyler Kolek. Nice little three in rhythm. That's just dissecting the zone with ease. Anytime in the NBA, when I see zone, it's just a license to just play a horse game and knock down an open three, and that's what Tyler Kolek did.
All right, now is the moment that Wally will find out if Jalen Brunson was Defensive Player of the Game.
Let's go.
This is very exciting.
Let's go.
We now bring you Mike Brown, presented by Chase.
Our Defensive Player of the Game was Jalen. Jalen had 2 charges, I think, tonight. Coming into the game, he was second in the NBA. In charges taken at 13, and the 2 guys in front of him, they were in front of him, I think, with 1 charge, and so that should put him in first place. And you talk about one of our standards is sacrificing, and you got your MVP candidate, your all-star, sacrificing his body to try to get charges and get the possession going the other way. So great overall team effort tonight, good win.
Your sense on Josh, if he's what the injury was and if he's available for tomorrow?
Yeah, it's a left ankle sprain. Yeah, that's all I know. Yeah.
During the win streak, you guys have had a lot of the balanced attack every night. Can you just talk about that and how much that's helped the team?
But when you're talking about 34 assists, guys are trying to share the basketball. 8 turnovers. They're trying to not only share the basketball, but share it the right way. And we have a lot of guys that can shoot it. We have a lot of guys that can put on the floor and make plays. But guys are trying to play for one another with the correct spacing while making quick decisions and all that other stuff. So it's a lot of fun to see when guys get rolling. But anybody can have a night with the roster that we have.
What was the team's reaction to Jalen getting Defensive Player of the Game? It's his first one. I'm sure they were waiting for it.
You got to ask them. That's my MVP. I'm not going to repeat any of the jokes that they said. But it's legitimate. He had 2 charges, second in the NBA in charges taken. Only 1 away, so he should be in first place now.
And we talked about his defense the other day too, just how it's been during this win streak. I guess just to have your leader. Whether he's known for defense or not, he's always tried. Just to have him just take pride in that, how much do you think that's helped with the turnaround?
No, it's helped a ton, and I've said it before, he's more than a facilitator, he's more than a scorer, he's more than a team captain, great guy, and all that other stuff. Whatever he puts his mind to, the sky's the limit. So for him to go out there and not only, talk about what we need to do defensively, but also lead it too, is a lot of fun to see, especially when you're talking about a guy that's stepping up and putting his body on the line to get ran over, time after time after time.
Jalen Brunson, 21, and the Knicks' big win over the Wizards tonight. Here's Brunson after the game with our Ryan O'Keefe.
Jalen, getting off to that good start, scoring the first 7, never looking back. How much did that help set the tone for this game?
It did a lot for us, and but I like the way how we just kept our foot in the gas. And in the second quarter, we had a little lull, but then we pushed it back up and just found a way to continue to play with the lead. And so it's good concentration by us, and just happy with the way we played.
What did you think about the ball movement, especially in the first half? It seemed to lead to a ton of open shots.
Yeah, a ton of open shots, and most importantly, our defense is great, and then we were able to get out in transition and just make good plays for each other, and we just found a way, and then the ball kept going in for us.
What was the reaction from the guys for you winning Defensive Player of the Game?
Very surprised, and so was I.
Why were you surprised?
No comment.
Overdue?
No comment.
I talked this morning about the taking charges, but is that, I mean, how important is that to you know, not just the way you play, but tonight's game?
Yeah, like I said this morning, it's very important for us. Obviously, we get the turnover, and it's like a momentum changer, and it has a possibility to kind of make the other team like defeated in the moment, and so we can use that to our advantage and have a momentum swing and keep it going.
Galen talking to our Pat O'Keefe, who called the game on the radio tonight. Back now from our Corner 3, presented by Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer. All right, Jalen Brunson, Defensive Player of the Game.
I called it. I
First
told
time
you,
this year, leads the
deserved
league now in charges.
2 steals, 2 charges, all over the place.
All kidding aside, what is the significance when you have a player of that stature doing what he's doing lately on defense?
That's no fun, taking a charge on a 7.
How about another one? Why not?
That was a huge play, because that took away an alley-oop dunk if he doesn't give up his body on that play. So that's a 4-point swing.
There's a strip.
There's the strip, the active hand.
How about this right here?
Yeah,
deflection.
Look at the help, deflection.
No, but seriously, Wally, what kind of message when your captain's
Steal.
playing this kind of effort on
he always
defense?
plays with a ton of effort. He's always in the right place positionally. So, you know, he's got gifted guys that are around him that are great at steals, and, you know, they have tough matchups and stuff. But as far as a team defender, he's always in the right spots, always helping in the right places, and you know, he deserved that award, and I hope he gets it more. I think he could get it more often.
We did a Jalen Brunson defense role.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That's good.
What you're saying reminds me a lot of when you talk about Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd defensively wasn't a great on-ball defender, quick feet, all that stuff, right? But what was he, especially later in his career, always in the right place.
Yeah.
He understood where to be defensively for help defense situations. Just, he had the intelligence to be a good defender. Jalen Brunson's a high IQ basketball player.
Yeah.
So he has the intelligence to be a plus defender, a good defender, and he knows it. And being in the right position to draw fouls, to draw charges, to also be able to get deflections, that's all what we saw in that highlight. It's what he's been doing a lot more of late and why Mike Brown's been talking about.
And for them to be the best defensive team over this win streak in the last 7 games, he's on the floor a lot.
Yes.
So obviously he's a very viable defender.
Speaking of being on the floor a lot, how about the contribution here from Landry Shamet, Alan? Another 21 minutes of playing time, another 4 made threes. He had 14 points off the bench.
4 for 6 from downtown. He leads the Knicks in three-point shooting. He takes almost 5 a game on average. Now, again, because of the injury, he's missed some time.
Percentage. Right?
Percentage. But his percentage, he leads the Knicks, I'm saying. 44% almost. Probably today, after today, 44.
I don't think he leads them in May.
But he leads them in attempts. I mean, sorry, not leads them in attempts, but he takes over 4 a game.
Okay.
So he's almost 5 a game. That's a lot.
Yeah.
For a guy off the bench.
Definitely.
And so to shoot at a high percentage, taking a high volume of threes, he spaces the floor, and he talked about it. Well, he said, my job's easy. All I have to do is catch and shoot. They've got to find me the ball. Jalen Brunson or whoever it is, Tyler Kolek, they're the ones that have to do all the work to get me the ball. I just got to catch and shoot and be ready.
He does a great job. I love the way he gathers, gets himself into rhythm. He knows when the ball's coming, and he's got that little rhythm 3 that is just nothing but net lately. It's good to see.
Shamet in this winning streak is averaging about 11 points per game. Cat tonight, another double-double. 19 and 14. Alex Sarr, take that. Knicks have now won 7 in a row.
The Knicks postgame show is presented by Audi. Visit your Tri-State Audi dealer today.
Welcome back. So the Knicks winning streak now at 7. Look at the numbers on defense. And if you say 101, if they've allowed 101 or fewer points in 6 of the last 7, they gave up 101 tonight. small details, Alan, when it comes to how this defense is playing.
It's true, and again, it's the bench was out there for the fourth quarter, so you gave up 30 in the fourth quarter, but that was really extensive garbage time. But it does show, though, the way this team has played defensively. It has been a staple of this team now. It's going to be tested now these next 3 games. And this is now where you say this has been a good run. They've had some quality wins, Philadelphia, Toronto, and of course, the Lakers. But now you got 3 in a row. Is your defense going to show up in these 3 games and really let everybody in the league know the Knicks are back to what they were before that little slide they had?
Yeah, defensive three-point percentage, what they're allowing, 29%. That's so much better.
Yes.
They were number 28th in the league before this little run they've been on the last 7 games. So that's something they had to shore up, and they're doing it.
All right. We will come back with more after this as we continue with Jalen Brunson. First time he's been defensive player of the game.
Look at OC back there.
There you go.
The OC, Brendan O'Connor in the back.
And hopefully Josh Hart's good to go tomorrow night after leaving the game tonight with an apparent ankle injury. We're back with more after this. Wrapping up the post-game show, big one tomorrow night, Denver in town. Half hour earlier than normal, 6:30 pregame, game at 7. You can also stream our coverage on the Gotham Sports App. Want more than just a post-game show? Link your eligible TV subscription to stream Knicks games free or subscribe today in the Gotham Sports App. Just go to gothamsports.tv to learn more.